Greetings and welcome to LA Quill. Today we're diving into part 1 of chapter 21 of Arianna's tale. Arianna awoke to find Damuk gazing at her. The sight of him stirred something sharp and immediate inside her. Not really anger at him, but he was close, he was safe, and that made him the easiest target. She pushed herself upright and pulled away. "Get away from me," she snapped, slapping at his hands as they reached for her. He caught her wrists, firm but not cruel, refusing to let her strike him again. "Stop! Stop!" he ordered, pulling her against him and stilling her struggles. She fought for a moment longer, then suddenly broke, her anger dissolving into sobs. Damuk held her, his hand moving in slow, steadying circles along her back as she cried. At last, her breathing steadied. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice thick. She couldn't finish it. He handed her a handkerchief, and she wiped her eyes, embarrassed by the intensity of her reaction. "I don't know why I'm reacting this way." "I think you have reason," he said gently, drawing her back down into the warmth of the bed. "Just not at me, I think." She managed a faint smile and curled beside him. "I know. I think I'm angry with Darian. He never told me the truth. He made it sound like his father was no one important, just another noble. And now I found out." She hesitated. "Now I find out his father is my legal father too." "He likely meant to protect you," Damuk said with a shrug. "He's your brother. He cares about you. I doubt he ever intended to hurt you." Arianna sighed and sank deeper into the pillows. "Maybe." After a moment she added, "What about your problem, the waters? How does this change anything? Can I help at all?" Damuk wrapped his arms around her, clearly enjoying her closeness. "You can't help. Not unless Cadfael acknowledges you, which he won't. But your brother," he paused. "He might." She looked up at him. "How?" "He is Cadfael's heir. He has access to places others don't. If he could get the crystal..." Damuk shrugged. "If you asked him, he might do it. You can be persuasive." His lips brushed the delicate skin behind her ear. She leaned into him, smiling faintly. "You'd have to let me see him." Damuk's expression tightened. "I already told you I would arrange it. It isn't simple. He's the son of our enemy. I'm working on it." "I'll take your word for it," she said, though her tone suggested impatience. She glanced toward the window. "Don't you usually break your fast with the court?" "Not today." A knock interrupted her next question. Hayden and Gemma entered, carrying enough food to feed an army. They set everything down quickly and withdrew. Arianna sat up, studying Damuk. "You've never stayed for the morning meal before. What's going on?" He shifted closer, placing an arm about her shoulders. "Last night, telling you about Edwina. It wasn't just about your brother." From seemingly nowhere, he produced a ring and slipped it onto her third finger of her right hand. "There was another reason." Arianna froze, staring at the ring. White gold, set with diamonds and emeralds forming the imperial seal. It fit her perfectly. "You have royal blood, at least legally," Damuk continued. "I don't care about the rest. Now I can take you as my wife, my future empress." She looked up at him, stunned. I never thought. I didn't think you were serious." "Were you serious?" He drew her into his arms. "Completely. We'll announce it tonight at court. Be prepared. There hasn't been a royal wedding in generations." She pulled back slightly. "But your father, your aunt, they have children." "Things are different here," he explained. "A male child is considered legitimate even without marriage. My father never married my mother. She was a slave. As for my aunt, no one knows who Ikon's father is." Arianna frowned. "Then it must have been someone from the Republic with that blonde hair." "Likely a slave," Damuk said. "It doesn't matter. He's male, therefore legitimate." "And if the child were a girl?" He shrugged. "Girls are of little use. They stay with the mother. If she's a slave, so is the girl. If she's noble, well, the child isn't considered legitimate without marriage. It hardly matters. Women can't inherit. They're only useful for alliances or for a quick, the slap cracked through the room. Arianna was on her feet in an instant, wrapping a robe around herself and storming out without a word. Fury radiated from her in every step. Damuk exhaled sharply, dragging a hand through his hair. Fool. He should have softened the truth. He rose, pulled on his own robe, and went after her. Arianna raced down the stairs, barefoot, uncaring of the guard's stares. She needed distance, space, anything to escape him. She crossed the courtyard toward the stables, intent on leaving if she had to. She never made it. A strong arm seized her from behind and dragged her off the path. She twisted, trying to strike, assuming it was Damuk. But it wasn't. She was thrown into the grass, a gag forced into her mouth. Panic surged as she struggled, and then she saw his face. Ikon. He pinned her easily, grinning at his good fortune. He had been searching for a way to take her, and she had come straight to him. A gift from the fates. He loosened her robe, startled to find nothing beneath it. His grin widened. He never saw her hand come free. Her nails raked across his face, drawing blood. Then her knee drove upward, striking hard. He screamed, doubling over. Arianna tore free, scrambling to her feet and clutching her robe closed as she ran. Damuk heard the scream and turned toward it at once. He reached her just as she stumbled forward, ripping the gag from her mouth. She collapsed into his arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Ikon followed but stopped short at the sight of them, and the guards gathering nearby. Your slave attacked me, Ikon snapped, gesturing to his bleeding face. I demand you give her to me. Damuk's voice was dangerously calm. I'm sure she had her reasons. He was... Arianna tried to speak, still shaking. It doesn't matter, Ikon cut in. A slave who attacks a noble must be punished. I will see to it. And if she were still a slave, Damuk said smoothly, lifting her hand for all to see, that would be true. But my betrothed is not bound by those rules. Ikon's gaze snapped to the ring. He was going to hurt me, Arianna cried, burying her face against Damuk's chest. Something dark flickered in Damuk's eyes. His voice dropped, cold and lethal. A crime against my betrothed is a crime against me. He tightened his hold on her. Take him. The guards moved immediately, seizing Ikon before he could react. You will be charged with treason, Damuk said. Then he lifted Arianna into his arms and carried her away as Ikon was dragged toward the dungeon. And that's our tale from L.A. Quill today. If you enjoyed this chapter, let me know your favorite moment in the comments below. Until next time, may your stories always be magical.